So the Desert Treasure Part 2 reward blog is being polled right now. I just thought pop in, have a say on it, have my opinion. There's only, I think, 4 or 5 days left to vote on it, so it's just, if you want to share your opinion, you might as well vote while you still can. There's only 5 questions. The first being, should they add the Ring of Shadows? It's basically an upgrade to the Ring of Visibility. It's got a couple of teleports to the Ancient Vault in the Critian Desert. It also has some teleports outside the bosses. There's going to be 4 bosses added. It's also got some nice stats on it. It's very similar to the Brimstone Ring. It's got, I think, 1 less magic attack. It's got 2 less melee strength, but 2 more prayer. It'll be a nice bit of budget gear. I could see it being used, in the wilderness and whatnot, since the Crest Reward should be easy to buy back. Should be fairly cheap. Upgrade to the ring visibility. It doesn't break the game. It might crash the price on the Brimstone Ring. Not sure on that, but, it's quite a cool little neat ring. Second question is, should they add the upgrades to the Fremennik rings in-game? So Ventor Ring, it's an upgrade to the Archer's Ring. Got more range accuracy, got some range strength. Very nice. Magus Ring, upgrade to the Seer's Ring. More magic accuracy, more magic damage. Alto Ring's an upgrade to the Berserker Ring. Again, just 4 more melee strength on top of the imbued Berserker Ring. That's quite nice. And the Bellator Ring, 20 slash accuracy. That feels huge. And 6 melee strength. That's an upgrade to the Warrior's Ring. Each boss will drop parts of the ring. They're untradeable, but you combine it when you have 90 magic and 80 crafting with the Fremennik ring itself, and that'll make the new best in slot rings. I think that's a really cool idea and way to do it. The Fremennik rings have been best in slot for an absolute age, since 2005 when it first came out, so I think this is actually a really good question. I think they might be quite powerful. The Bellator ring especially I have high hopes for, just upping the accuracy of things like the Scythe and whatnot. The Archer's Ring should be a lot better, and the Seer's Ring for sure. That thing desperately needs an upgrade. It's hardcore garbage, pretty much. So I think that's one of the best questions in the blog. The Virtuous Robes. These are a bit stronger than Aram's. I think the magic defense is a little lower, but the magic accuracy is higher. Not by a whole lot. It's also got some percent magic damage on top, and it's boosted extra when you're using ancient magics. Why not, right? There does need to be, I feel like, a gateway between, Mystic, Aram's, up to Ancient. I feel like this is quite a nice way of doing it. They don't look crazy powerful. Maybe quite strong if you are using Ancient Magics. They also look quite neat. That guy's KOing goblins with it. 4% damage on each piece. That's 12% in total. That feels quite strong, but, Magic gear does need some love, that's for sure. The Soul Reaper Axe. This one's interesting. Each boss will drop a piece of the axe. You can see the 4 pieces there. You can combine it together. The pieces individually are untradeable, but the axe in itself will be tradable, similar to how the Abyssal Bludgeon works. I kind of think the axe is a bit too complicated for the game, if you get what I mean. So the special effect is every attack deals 8 damage to the player and provides a buff stacking up 5 times. Stacking buffs don't really have a place in old school. At the moment, there is room for it, of course, depending on what players want. Players get 6% strength bonus per level, or per stack, sorry, capped at 30%, so that's 5 stacks. Then the special attack consumes all stacks of the buff to attack with 6% bonus accuracy and strength per stack. Heals player for 8 hit points per stack. I also don't believe it actually consumes the special attack bar. So that's for sure interesting, but as I said, I don't love this thing. It looks really cool. It looks amazing. The art team's doing a phenomenal job, but I don't know. What's your opinion on it? I don't know. I just don't like it, to be honest. Then the last question, Ancient Scepter upgrades. Each boss drops a shard. The Blood one lets you overheal 10% of your hit points. The Ice one have 10% accuracy on unfrozen targets. The Shadow spells also drain strength and defense. And Smoke spells reduce the healing received by 20% for 10 cycles on hit if the target is poisoned. They're all quite interesting. I can see a lot of these being used in PvP, especially the Ice one, possibly the Blood one. The Shadow one's quite cool, just rips through defense and strength. That could be used in PvP. Maybe on some bosses, I don't know, how many you're casting Shadow spells on, but with the Virtuous Robes and whatnot boosting damage of it, that could be quite good. And the Smoke, I don't know if there's any bosses or PvM activities necessarily where you're worrying about the enemy's healing, but certainly in PvP, that could be quite cool. Just rip through their healing, rip through their food. That's all the questions. I'm going to go vote on it. I suggest you do too. It closes on the 5th, so that's 4 days from now. Have your say. Don't forget you can always skip a question if you're uncomfortable answering it or just don't have a good answer for it. That's where we're going to leave it. Take care, champions. Happy voting.